Welcome to the Greatest American Lawyer podcast, where legal professionals and clients come to discuss innovation in the law. A community which believes that the legal professional can do better, that lawyers, law students, law professors, judges, and yes, clients can raise the bar on the business of law and the delivery of legal services. Your grandfather's law firm of minimum billable hours, stuffed suits, and fancy conference rooms is being challenged by tech-savvy, innovative law firms offering better niche expertise, improved customer service, flat fee and budgeted legal services, and a level of transparency never contemplated by the old guard law firms. We like to start each show by answering the question most often asked by our listeners: who is the greatest American lawyer? The answer is simple: you are. Now, here's your host of the Greatest American Lawyer podcast, Enrico Schaefer.
Hey, this is Enrico Schaefer, and this is the Greatest American Lawyer blog. And in today's show, we're going to be talking a little bit about what it means to be a brand as a lawyer, and the three big changes that are occurring right now, that have been occurring for the last decade, that are going to dramatically impact the opportunity for lawyers moving forward. So 2020 is the year that lawyers wake up to brand. Brand has never really been a big issue for lawyers. The old way, the old school way of thinking, the old bar association rules required a lawyer's law firm name to have one of the partners or one or more of the partners' names in the law firm name. I remember that this changed in about 1991 because I started my first firm in 1991 called the E Pluribus Law Firm. I was the first law firm in the state of Michigan to get in under the new bar rules, which no longer required the lawyer's name to be in the firm name. I always thought lawyers fought about their firm name. It was all ego, it was all bullshit, and I wanted to have a law firm name that did not have my name in it. Now, from a branding point of view, it made me unique, right? And I could still brand my own personal name as well as my law firm name. But the old way, where law firms had the names of their partners in the name, they weren't unique. Who remembers people's last names anyway? There were 5 or 7 names in the law firm name. Who could remember one, let alone 7? There was no branding inherent in that model. In fact, back then, and really up until the mid-2000s and the late, maybe 2009, 2010, Bar Association really frowned on marketing because they said to protect clients. What really has, the old guard wanted to keep clients in the dark. They didn't want branding, they didn't want marketing, because they want sales, because they wanted to have all the advantages over lawyers. I truly believe that the bar associations were simply protecting the status quo and precluding consumers, legal consumers, clients, prospective clients, of actually getting the information that they needed in order to be able to have some power in the relationship, some power in the retention process. Now, did it matter that lawyers really didn't do any branding and didn't think about marketing back in the pre-internet era? For the most part, no. Lawyers were all about billable hours. After the 1970 or so transition, where lawyers went from just simply giving a bill with a number on it to clients, and clients started demanding billable hours, all of a sudden billable hours became the entire business model of law. Get as many lawyers to 8 hours a day as you could, and you would make X amount of money. Pretty short-sighted, no inspiration, no creativity, complete lack of innovative spirit. So lawyers were ours, law firms' names weren't really marketed and branded, and clients were stupid. Now, it wasn't their fault they were stupid. They had no access to information. If it turned out that a client all of a sudden needed a business lawyer, if they didn't already have one, who are they going to go to? If they didn't have a friend or family member who was a business lawyer, who may or may not be a good business lawyer, or may or may not be able to refer that person to a decent business lawyer, lawyers were left in the situation where they had no information, no ability to get information about the lawyer that they were going to hire. there was no capitalist aspect to the practice of law until the last 15 or 20 years. There really wasn't, because clients were stupid, because clients didn't have access to information. Information was unavailable to clients. It wasn't their fault. Lawyers had put them in a box. The ethics rules, the old guard, to protect the client kept them stupid. Well, obviously that's not the case anymore, and the internet has changed a lot of different things, and one of them has been the practice of law. So what was reputation in the old guard way? Reputation was how big of a conference room you had, how nice your conference room table was, how nice your suit was, and do you look the part? And that's a lot of what decisions were made based on. Unless you had a big company that had repetitive business, and even they rarely changed firms. It was a big deal to change firms. There still wasn't a lot of competitive market forces going on. So reputation was simply what your law firm looked like on a very superficial level. Well, the internet changed a lot of things. And I remember in 2005 when I started my firm, Traverse Legal, and I started to market on the internet. Yes, the law firms had websites, but no law firms were not very comfortable with it. They did not ask for business. They did not blog their expertise for fear of some ethical violation, that they might give improper advice and they might have some malpractice issue and BS, right? It was all crap. The reason lawyers didn't share their expertise is because they were selfish SOBs who didn't want to give away their expertise unless someone paid for it. They liked the stupid client model. Internet changed things. 2005, I was one of the very first attorneys to start blogging my expertise for free, giving it away on the internet. And guess what? In exchange, clients were able to see my content, see my expertise, hire me off of the internet. My first year I had 2 clients off of the internet. I thought that was insane. Now we have over 300 prospects, new prospects, contact us every month off organic search. We probably have more organic search prospects coming into our website than any other law firm in the world that's not an injury law firm. And even they are using AdWords to drive their traffic. So the internet changed things because it made information available for the very first time to clients. Information about lawyers, information about their legal problem so they can get educated, make informed decisions, about the legal principles involved so that they weren't just a little bit dumber than the lawyer they were talking to, who could use that little information advantage to pretend like they were an expert when in fact they just knew a little bit more than the person sitting across that big, shiny conference table. So brand has only really been important in the market of law recently. And in our world, in my world where I live, where we've got all this amazing content, tens of thousands of articles online about our niche expertise, we share our expertise, we run podcasts, we transcribe them, we've got more content about our legal issues than anyone in the world. And so brand's always been important for us. We represent clients, from all over the world, 50 some odd different countries, I think. 35% of our revenue comes from clients that are overseas, started out in little Traverse City, Michigan, in the middle of nowhere. How did we do that? Brand, marketing, brand, the internet. So brand has been important for us for a while, but we're unique. Very few lawyers do what we do or how we do it. Very few lawyers have embraced the internet like we have, and those that actually do it a little bit don't do it near like they're going to need to do it moving forward if they want to take advantage from the opportunity. So brand has been important for a decade, but now lawyers are either going to wake up and realize that brand is everything, or those attorneys will, you thought I was going to say go out of business. They're not going to go out of business. Lawyers always find a way, right? They're like roaches. There's no getting rid of them. Nuclear holocaust. There'll be a lawyer there bringing a personal injury lawsuit. I guarantee it. By the way, when your company can't fulfill the contract because it was blown to hell, right? There'll be a lawyer to sue on that contract. So, look, lawyers aren't going to go out of business. This podcast is about opportunity. It's about new opportunities that are emerging as a result of the internet economy, as a result of innovation in the legal marketplace, the shift of power. So no, lawyers and law firms aren't going to go away if they remain old school. And yes, branding has been an opportunity for 15 years and really the last 10. But I think 2020 is really going to be the year where lawyers wake up to the opportunity of content, of brand, of reputation. And lawyers who take advantage of the brand opportunity are going to be able to develop new opportunities in ways that they never contemplated before, to maintain revenue streams, prospects, clients coming through the door that don't just happen to find them in the Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages, does that still exist anymore? Anyway, so they're not going to be able to simply just see the sign on the side of the building that says, Joe and Blow lawyer, and go in and hire that lawyer because they saw him on the side of the freeway. But they're going to be able to go to the internet. They're going to be able to find these things. They're going to be doing it in a more comprehensive way than they've ever done it before, and certainly the way they've been doing it for the last 10 years en masse. So 2020 is this new awakening, I think, for law and for the legal market. And so let's take a look at the kind of the big changes that I think are going to be driving this realization. The internet's been there, lawyers have their websites, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about a whole new level of content, of interaction, of social media use, a whole new level of branding for lawyers, where your reputation as a lawyer, your reputation maybe even as a judge, sitting high on the throne, sitting high on the bench, the ruler of your kingdom, king or queen, to the extent of the walls of your court, right? Guess what? You're getting rated too. Your information is becoming available online too. Your reputation actually matters. So for law students, for lawyers, for judges, right? The internet is the game changer, and clients are using it, prospects are using it even more than ever. So what is on the internet? Let's just break it down to its simplest components, right? So your brand is on the internet because you've got a website, right? So that's visible for everyone to see. And guess what? Very few clients sign up with lawyers anymore without checking out their website. So, upgrade. Get a decent website, for goodness sake. Get a decent website. They're going to look you up. Yeah, you got business coming in. How much? This is about opportunity. Remember I said, this isn't about going out of business. It's about opportunity. How much opportunity are you losing by not having a sweet website? We work on ours all the time. We never stop. We never will. Your ratings are online. And yeah, sometimes ratings aren't fair. And sometimes you get flamed for no good reason. And sometimes people are trying to intimidate you, hackers when you're in MySpace, and they're coming after you by trying to leverage ratings. But guess what? Your ratings are online. And I don't want you to get the idea that I think that what other people think of you is important, or what other people think of you as your brand. You are in control 110% of your brand, because you can put content online, because you can have social media accounts, because you can interact with people, prospects, and clients. So content, I mentioned content. Content is really what the big difference maker is going to be in 2020 moving forward. If you're not blogging, you should be, but I get it. It's hard. It's hard to do content, right? But if you're not blogging, you need to do more. And if you're not willing to do more content, good A+ expert content, then at least you should be using social media, easy content, Twitter, Instagram even, it's to show who you are. Facebook pages, right? YouTube, you should have a YouTube channel. You should be generating some content. It doesn't take much. You just throw up a camera or prop up your cell phone, right? Prop up your cell phone, turn on the video, record, and post it. If it doesn't have to be fancy, in fact, fancy's out. Content, genuine, authentic content that reflects your brand, not contrived, not all engineered and perfected, but who you are and why you are doing what you're doing. Content is the big difference maker in 2020. And if you're not doing content and controlling your brand and reputation, then you are really missing out on a tremendous opportunity. Because here's the secret. This is so great. I love it. This is so great. Lawyers are stupid. They don't do marketing and branding. So how hard is it to differentiate yourself in a market where very few companies innovate? Get on this opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity. I've been doing it for 15 years at Traverse Legal. I've been generating content at levels that no one else is. I've been engaging. I've been transparent like no other attorney. And we've built a small empire on that model. And you can too. And they're making content easier. Content has never been easier. So get in the game, right? So clients have the internet. They can see who you are. That is your brand, your reputation. There's ability for them to see what you're doing, what your expertise is. You can control that through content and interaction. The other big thing is that clients are now comparison shopping, right? Back in the old school days, there was no way to comparison shop, even for the big corporations. What, 1, 2, 3 options? Whereas before, clients were at this huge disadvantage because the lawyers had all the power. Now with the internet, clients have options. They can do the research. They got information. So they can pick based on numerous options and choices. And that just didn't exist before in the practice of law. It does now, right? The other thing is, the other side of that coin is they can change horses easily. Before, old school law, good luck changing horses, man. It was hard. It was just, getting your file from one office to the other, let alone picking a new horse to ride, virtually impossible. Happened very rarely. Now, if you don't perform as an attorney, if you don't live up to that reputation that you've created through content and interaction, just simply going to change horses. If not on this project, then definitely the next one. So that's a big change. Clients have the internet. Clients can comparison shop. Another big item, okay? Another big item. How you brand yourself. If you brand yourself correctly, you will be able to provide new opportunities for you and your clients. What'd I say? For you and your clients and your prospects, right? So this is no longer a world where lawyers have all the power and they simply running over clients and prospects like a freight train. If you aren't giving without any money, if you're not giving content, expertise, interaction away for free, you're going to be losing out on a big opportunity. You're not going to go out of business. You could be losing out on a big opportunity, because that is the best way to brand yourself, through interaction. Let them genuinely see who you are, right? So branding yourself is that third big change, the opportunity to brand yourself. For everyone to see with a single blog post that says who you are, interaction that says who you are, video says who you are, right? That is going to be this tremendous opportunity moving forward. And I've been watching it for 15 years, 300 new prospects a month. They contact us, we vet them through our CRM, we interact with them. I know what they're looking for. I know what they like. I know what they don't like. I know what they expect to hear and what they hate to hear. I get that as a result of all this free interaction that I give in prospecting, this free interaction that I give in terms of trying to see if this is the right fit for me and the client. Okay? So if you are blind to this new age of law, which is already here, this new opportunity of branding and marketing, you're going to really miss out on a lot of really amazing opportunities. And keep in mind, we built a multi-million-dollar law firm from scratch in the middle of nowhere. We now have offices in LA, Austin, Detroit, but we started in Little Traverse City, Michigan with, 13,000 people in the middle of nowhere, the frozen tundra, and had clients from over 50 different countries, 35% of our revenues from overseas, all from generating content, from interaction, from transparency, and from branding. Okay? Used to be the question that people would ask is, who's the best divorce lawyer in town? Or who's the best business lawyer in town? It's not the question anymore. That's not what clients are interested in. They want to know who the best business lawyer in the state or the country or the world is. They want the best of everyone for their attorney. And they've got this beautiful thing called the internet to research it. They've got this amazing information engine and reputation vetting system that they can go through in order to figure out who's the best. I had a conversation with a prospect an hour ago. It's 9 o'clock at night, but guess what? I'm 24/7. I have people contacting me 24/7. I try and interact 24/7. He contacted me. He's playing tennis. I'm on my way home from work, but we're talking about the problem. And he's looking for a domain name lawyer on a trademark issue for his client. He's a marketing company. Well, we've handled thousands of domain name trademark issues. He can see that already. Google already said we were number one on that issue. It offered us up number one in global search. I reinforce that as my brand. We do this work all the time. We have experts. And then I talk the talk. I say the things that only a lawyer who's an expert could possibly know or say about the domain name system and trademark law and how it relates to the internet. He wanted to make the initial play that I'm interviewing 3 different law firms. Now, these are law firms that probably also come back high organically. But I'll guarantee you we are not only in the game, we're probably at the top of the game because our branding online is better. Our ability to pitch and sell our brand is better. So who's the best domain name lawyer in the world for the price? For the price. Can't just sign him up to an hourly retainer anymore. What are you going to charge? That's the number one question that they have after expertise and maybe even before expertise. What's it going to cost? So if you don't have a good pricing model, if you don't have options, 2 options that you can give them that are going to be different and differentiate yourself from other law firms and provide them 2 good options, then you're going to be left behind. We do it better than anyone, so my guess is in the next podcast I'll be telling you this client retained us. We've probably got 5 new clients in the last 3 business days off of the internet, and these will all be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 clients, maybe more. Okay, so who is the best lawyer in the state, the jurisdiction, the country, or the world? That's the new question. Brand yourself, be the best at something, and brand yourself as that. Last thing I want to mention when it comes to this third thing, brand, this brand opportunity that now exists, is that brand is not what people think or say about you. It's about how you project yourself. You are in control of your brand. Who are you as an attorney? Who are you as a judge? Who are you as a law student? You have to answer that question first. And you have to know it. It has to be genetically baked into you. It has to be authentic. It has to be real. You can't make it up. It has to come from within you. And once you find that answer and you start branding that, you're going to see a huge uptick in business, in relationships in business. So brand is not what other people think of you. It's how you project yourself. Brand and reputation in every facet of business, in every industry and market sector, has become the biggest, most important thing for every company. Didn't used to be true. It's becoming more true. 2020, it's going to be the deal. Brand, IP, reputation are everything in every industry. Just happens to be creating great opportunity in law, where you've got a bunch of law firms that don't innovate and compete, making the bar really low for you and for me. Take advantage. I'm Enrico Schaefer. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the Greatest American Lawyer podcast, found at greatestamericanlawyer.com and available on all major podcast platforms. This podcast is a favorite of lawyers, law students, law professors, judges, and yes, even clients who want to be part of the conversation as we learn about and discuss the latest and greatest innovations in the business of law and explore new ways of thinking about legal services. If you care as passionately about the legal professional as we do, then we hope that you'll subscribe and share the Greatest American Lawyer podcast. More importantly, we want you to participate in the conversation with your comments and emails. Until next time, we thank you for listening, aspiring to greatness, and being part of the Greatest American Lawyer community.